Welcome back to the channel, and happy Oscar nomination morning to those who celebrate. In today's video, this is just going to be my reaction to this morning's Oscar nominations. Now, I do have to, like, the second these are done, I have to go to work. I'm probably going to end up being a little late, so this video is going to be very kind of just a unedited, one take video here. I might if I have time at work, might be able to throw, like, the nomination image graphics, like, onto the screen. But for the most part, this is going just to be a very simple, uncut, just reaction to the nominations. I'm probably not going to be able to dive too deeply into what some of the nominations or what some of the what any of it means. And so if I feel like it, which I most likely will, in the next day or two, I might also upload a second video, which is just kind of breaking down some of the Oscar nominations. But yeah, this video is just straight up just going to be reacting to the nominations, which look like they start in about 2 minutes. Um, just want to go over. I apologies for getting my predictions or my nomination predictions video up so late last night. I because I don't have, like, this fancy editing software. I don't do, I just do everything on my phone. And so I had this idea of how I was wanting to format that video, right? If you saw it, you saw the way I was kind of formatting it, which is very kind of similar to like how the Oscar Expert, how they do theirs, of things on the side, them, their camera up top, and then like the nominations at the bottom. So I had this idea of, like, this is how I'm going to do it. I had all the graphics pre-made. I had everything, like, I thought I was on top of it. And then I went to edit it yesterday morning. I thought I was like, oh, I'll be able to edit this in no time, and then just be able to get it uploaded pretty early, like as soon as I'm off work yesterday. And as I was on my lunch break, as I was starting to kind of like edit the video, I realized my phone wasn't going to let me edit it the way I was like wanting to. And so it suddenly hit me that I was like, this is going to be a whole ordeal. I'm going to have to edit this a whole different way than how I was expecting. So it did take a while to get that edited, but eventually I did. I got it uploaded. But yeah, in that prediction video, I did mention that I might switch in a couple categories, or I might, pick something different here and there. I don't think I ended up switching anything. Just didn't end up, having the time to really kind of consider anything different. So it's all the same predictions. The one thing I will say, I had this thought as I was going to bed last night, because looks like we've got an ad coming up here on YouTube. I will say the one thing I thought about last night is, usually I feel like Best Supporting Actress is usually the first category they announce, and I just, because to set the tone. I mean, they do this a lot. Multiple years they do this, where the very first category they set the tone and they do something different and weird, and you get, a crazy supporting actress nomination as like the first name you hear. And I had that thought, and I was like, technically, from what I'm predicting in alphabetical order, it would be Jamie Lee Curtis. So I guess you could consider that the big shock. But I had this realization, and I thought it could be Monica Barbaro. That is the first name. That would be like the biggest shock, I think, if Monica Barbaro ended up sneaking in. So I'm very tempted to kind of just, like, not make an official switch, but put Monica Barbaro in over Felicity Jones. But other than that, I think I stuck with all the same nominations. I said in that video also I was going to take some time and look into the short categories, like actually review them or see what they're about, or look on Letterboxd. I didn't get around to doing that, so it's the same thing. I just kind of picked five based off of the titles, or what I thought that they might be about, but I didn't really do anything too special. Okay, it looks like the nominations are starting. Also, again, apologies for if you see me looking down and flipping. I'm old school, and I have to write my predictions down on a piece of paper while the nominations are happening, because if I don't, when something gets snubbed, I am going to, I'm going to miss it. I'm not good enough at, being able to, like, catch, the nominations or catch snubs as they're happening. So I have to kind of have this note. And then also, sorry if the video, if it's uh, oh, let me turn it down a little bit. Okay, I guess I don't necessarily need the audio as much. They'll have the graphics I'll be able to see. Let's see. Is there anything else that I wanted to talk about? Just kind of some points. I'm just gonna go kind of like category by category while they're before we get this going. Actually, let me get this video widescreen. as much as I love seeing the chat, it's all Fernando Torres and How to Make Millions Before Grandma Dies is all the comments just being spammed over there. So let me get this full screen here. Yeah, let's go category by category and just talk about if there's anything. Best Picture. I think how we're gonna know if Nickel Boys is getting in. So I currently have that in like my 11 slot. I think Nickel Boys, if it gets, I mean, it has to get the screenplay. It has to get. Okay, maybe I don't have as much time as I thought to just kind of ramble. It looks like they're already bringing out Rachel Sennett and Bowen Yang. Um, okay, so yeah, maybe I don't have as much time to. I do want to one quick thought just talk about actress real quick. I again both actress and supporting actress. I still have the gut feeling that they're gonna be bloodbaths and there's gonna be snubs, and those are the categories that I think are going to generate the buzz this morning. Um, yeah, I don't want to like jump into the next like thought or whatever if depending on how quickly they get into these nominations. Um, but I also don't want to just stare blankly at the camera because I'm not editing this. So here we go. Actor in a supporting role is the first one. Okay, Yura Borisov, Kieran Culkin, Edward Norton. So no Macklin. So it's going to be Pierce and it's going to be Jeremy Strong. Okay, so Jeremy Strong. So that's my first miss. I went with Macklin over Jeremy Strong. That already is making me nervous for Sing Sing. Costume design. I looked at this, so it's going to be a complete unknown, not Maria. I said this in my video. I stared at it for Gladiator 2 as well. Nosferatu and Wicked. So no Dune and no Maria in costume design. But I said that in my video. I was staring at a complete unknown, and I was like, I want to do it. All right, makeup and hairstyling. A Different Man. Emilia Perez. So no Beetlejuice. Nosferatu. The Substance, which is winning, and Wicked. Okay, so it's just no Beetlejuice, and we're putting in Emilia Perez. So 3 categories so far. I don't have any 5 for 5s. Score, The Brutalist, Conclave, which means no challengers. Emilia Perez, so it's probably going to be The Wild Robot and Wicked. Wicked and The Wild Robot. Yep. Okay, so I was stupid. I snubbed The Wild Robot. It was challengers. So I could have had that one, but I missed it. Live action short, I'm not expecting to do good at this at all. Aline, I didn't have. Anuja, I didn't have. I'm Not a Robot, I didn't have. The Last Ranger, I didn't have. And I was 1 for 5 there. Because I did not have any of those. So it was The Man Who Could Not Remain Silent. Animated short. Beautiful Men. I didn't have. In the Shadow of the Cypress, I did. Magic Candies, I didn't have. Wander to Wonder, I did. And Yuck. So that is oh gosh, that's a 2 for 5. So yeah, I'm next year for sure. I'm going to put in more effort into those categories because that is killing me already. Adapted screenplay, A Complete Unknown, Conclave. If Emilia Perez should be next, and it is. Now this is where if it's going to be Nickel Boys and Sing Sing. If one of them misses here, it's probably dead for picture. There's Nickel Boys, and so then is the last one just Sing Sing. And it is Sing Sing. Okay, perfect. There we go. My first 5 for 5 category is adapted screenplay. Yeah, this has been. I mean, this is what we expected. This wasn't going to be a predictable Oscars. I think a lot of people are going to have pretty bad scores. Original screenplay. Anora is first. The Brutalist. Let's see if it's Real Pain September 5, Real Pain. So if it goes September 5 in The Substance, which I think it will, September 5. If this last one is The Substance, I'm a 10 for 10 in the screenplay categories and The Substance. So yeah, I went 10 for 10. And did I just get an ad in the middle of the Oscar nominations? Thanks, YouTube. I'm sure. I'm sure everyone probably just got that ad, but that is obnoxious. All right, actress in a supporting role. It is Monica Barbaro. Ariana Grande. So no Jamie Lee Curtis. Felicity Jones did get in. Isabella Rossellini, and then it's Zoe Saldana. So no Jamie Lee Curtis. That's that it's crazy that like I'm shocked by my like the upset pick not getting in, but I was right. I had that hunch. I put it on the video. I said Monica Barbaro, but I thought she would get in over like Felicity Jones. Um, okay, it looks like they're doing that. They do that break halfway through. We're making pretty good time, so I should be good to. I mean, at least right now. Let's see how long this break is. We'll have time to talk about a couple of these categories. Oh, let's see. Be back at 6:41. So I guess it's only like 4 minutes, but we're making pretty good time. I might actually have a little bit of time to kind of talk about some things afterwards. So let's just start with the big ones. Let's start up top. The supporting actress, Monica Barbaro. I'm glad I put that at the beginning of this video. I did mention that it was Felicity Jones is who I would have snubbed. But I also said this in my predictions video yesterday of I knew I wasn't going to go 5 for 5 in this category, and I went with Jamie Lee Curtis, Felicity Jones, and Isabella Rossellini because I felt like those three gave me the best chance at going 4 for 5, which ultimately it did. Because that's the thing, like I just said, if I wanted to be bold and picked Monica Barbaro, which I kind of thought I did, I would have snubbed her for Felicity Jones, so I still would have just been 4 for 5 anyway. So, that was always a category I knew I wasn't going to do that well. Supporting actor, Clarence Macklin not getting in for Jeremy Strong, that has me nervous for Sing Sing. It did get the screenplay, so did Nickel Boys, so I think, and so did A Real Pain, so I think all three of them are very clearly still in the race, and so did September 5, actually. So, all four of the films that were kind of like debating between, they're all still in the race for those best picture slots. That's the thing usually I feel like with these Oscar nominations is as they're coming early in the morning, you're able to kind of get the feeling, or you're going to be able to get the sense of like what has the momentum. Like I think of a couple years ago, or was it just last year? Was it last year? Was it 2 years ago? But the year of Triangle of Sadness, it was one of those things where it started kind of, it got into a couple extra categories that I wasn't expecting, and I was like, oh, this is kind of racking up some nominations here. And then it got to director, and then when it got into director, it was kind of the realization of like, oh yeah, it's happening. So then when we got to the nominations, the Best Picture, even though I didn't predict it, I was so like locked in, and so when it got nominated, it wasn't a surprise. So I was kind of expecting that same thing today of being able to kind of along the way being able to get the feeling or get the sense between those four, Nickel Boys, Sing Sing, A Real Pain, and September 5, that at some point between those four we were going to start to get the signs, and we were going to say, okay, if it misses in this category, that's a big deal. If it gets in this category, it's a big deal for it. I thought we were going to get some sort of sense or some sort of like signs or indications, and the only thing so far that you can kind of put in is Clarence Macklin not getting in, but at the same time he was always a 50-50 shot anyway. So I think this is going to stay as kind of just an exciting race all the way to the end of whether, which of those two films get in. Um, Again, the short categories killed me. I need to put in some more effort. I'm so far I'm 3 out of 10 in those categories, so that is rough. There's still documentary short to come, so another category I'm gonna get a really low score. Costume design, I was kind of mentioning it in my predictions video. As I was making the predictions, I think it was Maria was the one I put in the last spot. And as I was putting in Maria, I was staring at a complete unknown, and I saw all of the precursors it got, and I was thinking, why am I not predicting a complete unknown? And you can see in the video, I kind of have this realization, and I'm staring at it. I said I would let you know if I'd made the switch. I should have. Obviously, in hindsight, it's easy to say I should have now, but I had the thought, I had the inkling to do it, and I just didn't make the switch. So I missed that. Gladiator 2 getting in over Dune Part 2. That's kind of a shock that maybe Gladiator isn't as dead as I was making it out to be. Maybe it is still, it's still going to get into a category or two here. Looks like they're about to come back. It's just been a black screen for 30 seconds or so. Okay, up here they are. In score, I was stupid. I said it in my prediction video too. I was stupid for snubbing the Wild Robot, and I still did it anyway. Alright, they're back. Let's see, where are we going to first? Okay, maybe they're gonna do their fire off a couple jokes real quick. Let's see. What else did I want to talk about? Makeup and hairstyling. I picked Beetlejuice. Amelia Perez getting in there. That's one of the few categories I didn't have Amelia Perez getting in. So I think there's a chance it's already gonna overperform on top of like it being a film that is like was already gonna get a ton of nominations. But speaking of overperforming, both a complete unknown getting in costume design and actress, that's two extra on that too. Looks like we're going to original song. We have El Mal, which is probably going to be the winner. The Journey, which is Like a Bird. So I'm only going to get three in this category because there's Mi Camino and Never Too Late, the Elton John song. So I went 3 for 5 because I predicted Kiss the Sky from the Wild Robot. So this was the category I should have snubbed it. And then I thought Harper and Will Go West was going to get in there. Documentary, I went with just kind of the consensus 5 on this, but I don't feel good because there's always crazy shocks in documentaries. So Black Box Diaries, No Other Land. So yep. So Daughters is out. Porcelain War is in. Soundtrack to a Coup d'etat and Sugarcane. So it's 4 for 5. It was just no Daughters. Everything else was the same. Documentary short. This is I'm gonna get another awful score here. Death by Numbers. I didn't predict. I Am Ready Warden. I did. Incident. I did. Instruments of a Beating Heart. I didn't. Okay, so I went 3 there. That was my best. I had a swim lesson which didn't get in, and Michaela's Voice didn't get in. International, I think this is at least 4 out of 5 are pretty locked here. Wait, did Amelia Perez just miss international film? Oh no. Oh, it goes by, okay, it goes by country. Okay, so Amelia Perez, Seat of the Sacred Fig, I'm Still Here, The Girl with the Needle, and Flow. So no Kneecap and no How to Make Millions Before Grandma Dies. I should have known that went. Now we got animated. Flow. This should be an easy. Inside Out 2. Memoir of a Snail. I should have known international goes by the country alphabetically instead of Wallace and Gromit and Wild Robots. There's a 5 for 5. I should have known it went by country and not the name of the film. As soon as Amelia Perez missed, I thought it was I thought it was done. That scared me for a second. Um, okay, then we got production design. The Brutalist. Good. Then Conclave should be next. Next it is Dune. Okay, seems like Dune Part 2 hasn't been showing up too many places. Nosferatu, and then if it's Wicked, which it is, there's another 5 for 5. So 5 for 5 in production design. So I'm starting to, on the back half here, I think I'm getting a couple more 5 for 5s here. Editing, I'm not going to get 5 for 5 because I just make the boring picks of just picked the best pictures. The Brutalist did get in, though. Conclave. Amelia Perez, so no Dune, so I went 4 for 5. What got in? Wicked gets in the last slot. So Wicked, Dune Part 2 is really struggling. It's not showing up in a lot of these categories. It's getting snubbed left and right. Sound, A Complete Unknown. Dune, okay, so it did get in here. Amelia Perez. Wicked, is it The Wild Robot? The Wild Robot. So Wild Robot gets in for score, misses song, but then gets in for sound. So I think I'm just like 0 for 3 on predicting the Wild Robot. I guess I got it in for visual effects. Alien Romulus. Okay. Better Man. Dune. And then it's probably Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and then Wicked. So no Gladiator 2 here. And Wicked. So, okay, so yeah, Gladiator 2. So that's another one where I was predicting it to get snubbed in certain categories, and those are the categories it's getting in. The categories I predicted it for are the ones where it's getting snubbed. That's the fun of Oscar predictions, this game we play. Cinematography, we have The Brutalist. Dune Part 2, so no Conclave. Amelia Perez. Okay, so Amelia Perez took Conclave's spot, and then it should be Maria. So no... Oh, Maria and then Nosferatu. Okay. So yeah, it was just Conclave missing and Amelia Perez getting in. Amelia Perez is going to get the most nominations. Actor. So I think we're kind of into the top, like, 5-ish categories now. We've got Adrian Brody, Timothy Chalamet. Is it going to be Craig? Coleman Domingo. It's not Daniel Craig. It's going to be Sebastian Stan. Ray Fiennes. And is it Sebastian Stan in The Apprentice? It is Sebastian Stan in The Apprentice. Whoa. So Daniel Craig, that was so everywhere I predicted Craig, he didn't get in. Everywhere I didn't, he actress in a leading role. Okay, Cynthia Erivo. So no snub. Carlos Sofia Gascon. So it's gonna be Mikey Madison and then Demi Moore. And then is it gonna be Fernanda Torres? Is that the last one? And Fernanda Torres. So there is a 5 for 5 category. I think I just heard all of Brazil screaming at the top of their lungs. All right, now director: Sean Baker, Brady Corbet. I feel like this could be a 5 for 5. Edward Berger, James Mangold. Corley Farge is gonna miss. Edward Berger missed. So Edward Berger, the last two films, he's been snubbed both times for All Quiet and now Conclave. So Mangold did get in. Berger was out despite getting every precursor. Okay, so now we're on to Best Picture. I have no indication of what's getting those final two spots. We're gonna start easy and comfortable. It's gonna be like Anora, Brutalist, Complete Unknown. So there's Anora, The Brutalist. Okay, good. Then should be nominees to be determined for The Brutalist. I don't know if I've ever seen that. A Complete Unknown. Next should be Conclave. And then we should have Dune, unless it is just was absolutely getting snubbed everywhere that we thought it was. Or that it well, okay, no, it's in. Next is going to be Amelia Perez, and then these final four is where it's going to get exciting. So there's Amelia Perez. Now, if it's a Real Pain, Sing Sing, Nickel Boys, whatever it is, it's going to be here. I'm Still Here for Best Picture. Oh, and Nickel Boys. Oh my gosh. And then it should be The Substance and Wicked. Should be the final two. Oh my. Okay, so no Sing Sing. So Sing Sing only got screenplay and no A Real Pain. So that got screenplay and act. So A Real Pain got screenplay and supporting actor. Um, Sing Sing got lead actor and screenplay, and that's it. I'm Still Here, international and Best Picture. Nickel Boys got screenplay and picture. There's a lot of films that are only getting two each. I'm Still Here. Whoa. Um, how much time do I have? Because okay, I maybe have about 5ish minutes to kind of talk about things before I go, before I have to leave. Holy cow, I'm Still Here. Um, so so yeah, Fernanda Torres seems like she was pretty safe. And I think that getting into Best Picture makes Fernanda Torres as much in contention to win actress as everyone else. Like those top four, Arevio, Gascon, Madison, and Moore, they've gotten in everywhere. So you would like initially want to say they're the favorites, and then I'm Still Here is like, or Fernanda Torres is in fifth. But that having the power to get into picture makes that a wide open. Like any of those five could win. I think in actress. Um, yeah, I think Fernanda Torres. I'm putting her in like initial gut feeling is I think she's in third right now, like third best chance of winning. Um, that's kind of crazy that I'm Still Here. So it got actress, it got international, and it got picture. So it got three nominations. Um, sorry, next video auto playing. So yeah, it got three nominations. I think with getting in to Best Picture, I wonder if that is kind of more of an example of kind of the how weak the field was. Like I was saying, it was when I was making my predictions. You get to those final two, and I was like, okay, you got to just pick two out of these four. I think it was so hard to like pick because it's like none of them had a great case. And so I think that's I think was maybe a thing, and that's what I did for actress. I talked about there was the four kind of locks, and then I felt like Fernanda Torres was just the actress that had the most like passion behind her, and so I felt like maybe that passion would translate into the to the to to the Academy and that they would feel that passion for Fernando Torres. It might have been the exact same thing with Best Picture. It might have been a thing where, like I said, there was these four films. We're having to choose two of the four. We can't decide which ones we're choosing, and so we're just kind of like, okay, I guess we're putting this one. I guess we're doing this. When we should have really put in some thought and some consideration, at least more than we did, into I'm Still Here, and like felt like it was gonna get that passion and it was gonna get that push. But I just the fact that it didn't really get into like any of these best pictures at any other lineups, I just was kind of doubting its chances. But yeah, clearly that was wrong. I should not have doubted Amelia Perez. Excuse me, I'm Still Here. I did put it in my video that was like the PGA predict or reaction, and then what it, discussion about what it means for the Oscars. I did mention I'm Still Here in that kind of that next category of the what did I label that category? I think I labeled it as like the dark horse category. So that was like because I said you're gonna have to pick two of the four in the nomination, like tier four, and then tier five was the dark horses, and I was like, if you're bold, you can grab one of these, and I did have I'm Still Here in that tier, so I did say like you could do that, and that was like something that you could have predicted. I personally wouldn't have done it. That is crazy. That is going to be the biggest reaction. That's going to be the clip. That's going to be what's going around YouTube and people posting compilations of I'm Still Here getting that last slot. That is crazy. Yeah, I really do got to get running to work. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any last thing that I need to say. Um, Jamie Lee Curtis missing supporting actress was kind of a shock. Did I get a single? Okay, so I got 5 for 5 in actress, and then I missed one in every other actor category. So Craig, I missed for Sebastian Stan. Jamie Lee Curtis, I predicted over Monica Barbaro, and then Clarence Macklin, I picked in over Jeremy Strong. In director, I had Berger in over James Mangold. That is like I was saying, that's twice now where Edward Berger's kind of missed when everyone's predicting him. So I just wonder if he's just not necessarily a favorite at the Oscars. I do think that I don't know for sure because you can win picture without director, a la Coda. But I do think that it is like that does seem like a little bit of a hit right now. I haven't because I wasn't. Let's see. Let me actually. That's gonna be the last thing I do is let me see how quickly I can count Amelia Perez nominations. One, two in director, three in actress, four in supporting actress, five in screenplay, six in editing, seven in international, eight in cinematography, nine in no, it didn't get production design. It didn't get costumes. Nine in makeup, 10 in sound, 11 in score, 12 and 13 in song. So 13 nominations for Amelia Perez. That is your leading film. And I think it's gonna be hard to just not at this point predict Amelia Perez to win. We're gonna have to see how all of these other precursors. We only have the results of Globes, so we're gonna have to see how all of these other precursors shake out. But right now, it's looking hard to see a film get 13 nominations. I guess I don't know what's in second. I'd have to. It's probably gonna be a complete unknown, maybe a Nora, but whichever film finished in second in nominations, I am sure it was at least three or so or more behind. I don't know if how many other films broke double digits. But yeah, crazy Oscar nomination morning. We all knew it was going to be. That was exciting. And now I have to go out about my day as if this didn't just happen. Go to work, and hopefully at work I'm able to kind of get this saved and then uploaded. I'll see if I can just throw in a couple graphics here and there into the to make it less boring of a video of you just staring at me reading off names as they're happening. But yeah, not a whole lot of editing probably is going to go onto this video. We'll see in the next day or two. I might upload another video of just kind of more organized and complete thoughts and what it means for some of these films, and probably have nomination totals and things like that in that video. But yeah, again, exciting Oscar nomination morning. Thanks for watching the video. If you'd like to like the video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it, and have a great day.